Today I'm going to be walking you through the new book tracker. I just wanted a place, like a personal place where I can go and put all of my thoughts, reviews, notes, and track quotes, books, and series, and authors too. And I'm so excited to share it. Shout out to my sister and my husband, who are both readers, who gave me some ideas for this template. So I hope you guys enjoy this full walkthrough and tour. The template is available now on my website, and let's just get into it. This is the homepage of the book tracker. So this is just the first page that you will see. And also this template is all filled out because this is my example template, but you guys will get a blank one so you can add in all of your books and just start from scratch. And the best part about Notion is that you can completely customize this template to be how you like it. So you can change the cover image up here. You can upload one of the Notion covers that comes with this template that is attached in your guide, or you can upload your own photo that you want. Maybe it's a collage that you made or a photo that you found online. And you can also click the three dots at the top and you can customize whatever font you want. Getting into the tour, so over here you have your navigation, which just goes to each of the different pages that are within the template. Down here you have your 2025 reading goal. So you just click into this, and every time you finish a book, you will just update it, and then it will update the tracker, and you can see your progress throughout the year. And you can also set your reading goal here to whatever you want. I also did have a cool chart here with like stats, and I had a whole page for stats. I realized that it doesn't work on free accounts. Any charts or stats you have to have a Notion membership with, but I had to take it out because I didn't want a paywall on your template because that would just be lame. Then over here you have your currently reading, and in this view you can see the cover page, title, author, the format that you're reading it in, and your progress so far. And to change your progress, all you do is just go into the book itself, and you can see here where you put the number of pages in the book, and then here's where you put your current page. So you can just quickly update that and it will update the progress bar. I actually have a dedicated mobile view for easily adding new quotes, notes, or updating your current reads. And I'll show this a little bit later in the video. So if I wanted to add the book that I'm currently reading, water bottle microphone stand here, you'll just hit new page, add in your book. I'm currently reading Two Twisted Crowns, which is so good. You'll just add in the cover page. You can add in the author. And what I love about this template is that it saves authors that you've already added, so you don't have to continuously add in the same author multiple times. If you've added the author before, it will pop up and you can just click their name. Genre. There's a bunch of genres you can choose from, and you can also choose more than one. Status currently reading, and then here you can add it to a series. So this is part of the Shepherd King duology. Here you add your start date and complete date. You can add the format that you're reading it in. So I'm reading this in physical book. And then you can add in things like book notes, goals, quotes, and I'll go over these sections whenever we get to them in the template. But basically, if you have a notebook that is related to this book or this genre, you can add it here. You can add a goal. So once we get to the goal section, you'll see where you can add all of your goals. And then here is just where you'll add any quotes. So you can just type in here any quotes that you like as you're reading it. And then you'll add in your pages. I think this one's about 490 and I'm on page 90. And then the last section is you add your TBR month, but this is only if you're adding in a book that you are adding to your TBR and you are planning to read it later in the year. And I will also show you that whenever we get to that section. And then down here, you just have a place to put your review, all of your thoughts. You have a place to add a notebook, and then all of the quotes that you add will pop up here, and you can also add new quotes here as well. And last but not least, we have to add a little emoji. And then there you can see it's now in my currently reading list. And then scrolling down here, you have up next. So this is your priority TBR. These are the next books that you know you want to read. And you can also add these to your current reads once you start reading them. So if I started reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood, I would take it from my priority TBR status to currently reading, and then it would add it to my currently reading list. And then down here, you just have your current series that you are reading right now. So you have the title of the series, the author, the genre, and then the progress bar. And this progress bar is based on books. So if the series is 7 books and you're on the 3rd, it will update the progress bar right here. But I'll get more into series whenever we get there. So this is your homepage. The first section that you have is books read. You can also just change this to read if you want to like shorten these. So you have your navigation here and you'll see that there's a new little home button, and this just brings you right back to your home page. And then directly below that you have your rating system. So for this template, I added in stars up to the half star because I'm always rating books with 3.5 or 4.5, but Goodreads does not have half stars, so I really wanted that to be in this template. And then I also added an infinity stars, which those are the books that just, they transcend 5 stars. They are just your all-time favorites. Of course, you can go through and change these to be what your specific rating system is. So then on this page is all your completed books. This is every book that you have read. Then here you'll see this first block is some of your recently completed books. This is filtered to the month, so anything that you've read so far in the month will show up here. And then each of these tabs is just separated out by star rating. So you can just scroll through and see all of the books that you've rated 3 stars, 2 stars, 5 stars, etc. So to get these books to show up in your recent reads, you'll just have to make sure that you mark the complete date whenever you obviously complete the book. And this will be important to just make sure that you have it at least within the month you completed it, because then it will show up here and it will also show up in this space below, which is your books by month. So you can see, you'll click on January and it'll show all the books that have a completion date within January. Obviously, these are just examples because we haven't gotten to February 2025, but I just put in a bunch of random completion dates into the book so that way you could see as you start, completing books throughout the year, you can go back in and see what are the books that you've read each month. So for example, back on the homepage, if I completed Alone with You in the Ether, I would just go to the status, mark it as complete, and I would add the complete date, and then it would take it off of my currently reading, and then I would go to books read, and you would see it pops up as my recent read, and it also pops up in January for a book that I read. So it's just nice so that way you can kind of see your year of reading. And then when you scroll down, this is all of your completed books in a list view. So you can just really cleanly see every single book you've ever read. And I also have it separated out by genre. And you can move these genres, you can move that up so that way you have all of your most read genres easily accessible to you. And you also have a space at the very end for DNF. You can mark it in here as the status as DNF, and it will show up in your DNF. Not that I would ever DNF this book. I'm just going to add in my most recent read, Remarkably Bright Creatures, add in the cover. So here I'm going to add in the author. So you can see I don't have Shelby Von Pelt yet in authors, so I will just hit click and it will add in a new author. You can just add in the genre, literary fiction, add in your rating. I did really enjoy it, but I was disappointed by the lack of the octopus, so I'm giving it a 3.5. You will add your complete date, format that you read it in. You can add in a quote, so I'm going to add in one of my favorite quotes from the book. I'll just paste it in, and you can see it's not there yet, so you just click new down here, and it just added in the quote. And then down here you see the quote pops up, and you just want to make sure to tag the author again as well. And then here I would just type in my review, all my thoughts here, and then any book notes. And if there is no book notes for this one, you can just delete this. Customize it as much or as little as you like. So then you have your TBR. This is your to be read page, which is all the books that you want to read. So the first view that you're going to see is your priority reads, and you'll mark a book as priority TBR by just marking it in the status section as priority. And then if it's something that you want to read, but it's not a priority, you'll just mark it as TBR. And then right below it is your monthly TBR. You can open up a book and mark it down here where it says TBR month, and you can mark the month that you might want to read it. You can also mark it more than 1 month, so you could say, maybe January or February, March, somewhere in there I want to start this book. And another thing you can also do is add in book releases that are coming out. So for example, in April, the new Emily Henry book is coming out. So I'm just going to go to April and add in the book title, author, genre, and I just have it marked as TBR month in April. And now this book is added into your system as a TBR book, as well as a book that you want to read in the month of April. And then down here, similar to the books read page, you just have all of your TBRs. So this is every book that you've ever added to your TBR list that you have marked as something that you want to read. I have a list view, and then I also have a gallery view, so you can see the book covers. Again, it's separated by genre, so you can see all the books that you want to read within each genre. So here we have the authors section. Right up top, you have your favorite auto-buy authors. You mark an author as an auto-buy by just clicking this little check mark here. And within the actual author template, you have a space to put about the author, so you can just write in whatever you want, whatever stands out to you. You can mark if they're an auto-buy author, and then automatically here it will pop up any books that you have marked by this author. You can add in a photo. Any quotes that you have marked by this author will also show up here, as well as series. So you can see this is my Brandon Sanderson section, and down here all of the books that I have in my template that are marked as by him will show up here, as well as any quotes that I have put in by him. So I just love seeing at a quick glance like your favorite authors and all of their books and all of your favorite quotes by them. And you can also add in any notebooks that you have on a specific author. So I will get to notes in a second, but you can see like I have an Ollie Blake notebook. And then just down here you have a classic list view of all of your authors really cleanly. You have the name in alphabetical order with their books, any series they have, about them, quotes, and whether or not they are an auto-buy author for you. Anytime you add a new author, it will automatically add this little person icon. If you want to change that, you can go to this little blue section, hit the arrow, and you can see this is the template for a new author. And you can go here to the three dots to edit the template. And you would just change this icon to whatever you want the icon to be. I just put a little yellow icon there. Yellow is my favorite color, but feel free to do whatever you want. The next section we have is the series section, and this is where you're going to track all of your series, which I'm most excited to do because I love reading series so much. So here you have all of your in progress series. I personally put in a fan art image. You can also put the actual cover pages of the series, like what the actual book covers are if you want. So you have your in progress, your TBR. Here you have all of your completed series. You have a space for all of your series that you've entered, and then you have a space for any series that you've DNF'd. So I'm going to add a new series into my TBR. So you'll just go to the TBR section, hit new page, and add in the series title. So I'm adding in Lord of the Rings. Fun fact, I have never read Lord of the Rings, seen Lord of the Rings. I know nothing really about it at all. You have a space to add in the author, the genre. You can add in a cover page. The series status is TBR, but you can also have DNF in progress or complete. Here you can add in or attach any books that you have logged in the series. I don't have any Lord of the Rings books in this template yet, so I'm going to leave that. You have quotes, book notes. So I'm going to attach a Lord of the Rings notebook that I made. You can have your rating, reading goals. So I will attach read Lord of the Rings. And then you have the series length. I think it's 3 books, right? And I have not read 1, so 0. Down here, you will see it'll start to populate. So you have the notebook, and then every time you add in a new book for the series, it'll show up here. And then you can't forget to add a little emoji. And there it is. Now I have my little Lord of the Rings in my TBR. To show you an example of what a more fleshed out completed series would look like, this is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. So it'll show all the books that are marked as part of the Throne of Glass series, and you can see the title, what you rated the book, and its status. Here you'll put a series review. Any quotes that you have marked as part of this series will show up here, and then you also have any notebooks that you've added. I just love having a fully fleshed out page for all of my favorite series, so I can see where I'm at in the series. I can see all of the completed books I have, books that are on my TBR, all of the quotes that I've added in for the series. And earlier, whenever I added in that I was reading Two Twisted Crowns in the Shepherd King series, you can see that it automatically added in Two Twisted Crowns. You can see it's marked as currently reading. Then down here you have your ratings. So you have all of your Infinity Star series, your favorites of all time. And then again, separated out by all of the different star ratings. And I just think it's nice to have everything organized by rating as well as status. And then down here, you have the same list view of all of your series. So you can just see every series you've entered, whether it's TBR or complete, and again, separated by all genres. You have your reading goals, which is where you put all of your reading goals and intentions. So on the side, you have that same 2025 reading goal that you will just go in and manually change whenever you finish a book. And then over here is where you put all of your goals. And when you add in a new goal, it will add it to your vision board up here. If you watched my 2025 goals video, one of my goals for the new year is to go to the library over buying books most of the time, but I'm just gonna add a photo. And then down here you have a space to type out about your goal if you want to, and I'll just add a little icon. And then you can see it just populated right here into my vision board. Every time you add a goal with a photo, it will show up here and create your little vision board. You can see here I have read a classic novel, and I've attached the book Sense and Sensibility to this goal. Or if there's another classic in here that I know I want to read, I can attach that as well. So I'll also attach Persuasion to that. And then anytime you open these books, you'll see that it's attached to the goal, read a classic novel. And you can just kind of keep everything connected. You'll see I have host a book club with the book Bride, and you can kind of just keep everything all connected, all of the different goals, series, books, authors, it all intertwines and connects within this template. So this is where you have all of your digital notebooks, and this is space for you to really put anything you want. You can create notebooks for specific authors or series or genres. If you're a writer, you can have specific notebooks for world building or themes. I mean, really, this is for whatever you want. I'm probably going to use this to have notebooks for my favorite authors and have their books within them. I will definitely have one for classics. And then you can see like I have Sense and Sensibility as a section, a notebook here for Emily Henry because she's one of my favorite authors. So I have a section for each one of her books. And then you can tag these to books, so you can always see your Emily Henry notebook. You can also attach this to an author as well. So I'm going to attach this to Emily Henry. So that way, anytime I open up Emily Henry or one of her books, I can just quickly reference this notebook. You can have a notebook for a series. So if you want to really dive deep on Throne of Glass and take notes on each book, you can do that. Here you have different cover pages that you can change. So you'll just click into here, whatever, one you want. Drag it to the top. There it is. Drag it so it's in rainbow order. And then down here you have a space where all of your quotes will populate. So anytime you add a quote to a book, it will show up here. And then it's just great because you can just look at all of your favorite quotes. So here you can see the quote that I added from Remarkably Bright Creatures. So excited to look back at the end of the year and see all of my favorite quotes from throughout the year. Then in this template, you also have a mobile view. I made this because I was thinking about how am I going to make this as easy as possible for myself to check in with this book tracker, easily add quotes, update what page I'm on in certain books, and quickly, add things to certain notebooks. And this is what I came up with. So not every single thing is on this template. Of course, you can access the entire template on your phone. But this is just like a quick mobile view where you can quickly add a new book, a new quote, author, or series. Here is a simple list of all of the books that you're currently reading and the progress that you have on them. After you're finished reading for the morning or the evening, you can just quickly go on your phone, go to the current page and update that really quick just so you can see the progress that you're making. And then same thing down here, you have a simple list of all of your notebooks. You can just quickly go to your phone and write down a quick note on your phone. The last thing you have is just your overview page, which has every single template within the planner all on one page. So you have your books, series, You have all of your authors, all of your quotes, reading goals, book notes, and your goal.
Literally all I did was like and I changed these. I shortened them so that I could pinch this more. But like I went to red, all completed, and literally just that, Command C, clicked at the bottom, Command V, and done.
Cute.
As the icons, and then like the series get their own
Icon.
But
cool.
then the books are either read or unread, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're all currently reading, they're all open, and then if you go down, like Dungeon Crawler Carl 1, I've read, so it's closed.
Cool. I will have the link to my website where you can get the tracker linked below. I hope you guys love it. If you have any questions, feel free to just shoot me an email at support@theflourishplanner.com. I hope you guys enjoy it. Happy reading, and I'm gonna literally go get in bed and read my book now. Happy reading, guys. See ya.